Hello, everyone. Welcome. We're going to give a little time for people to hop on. This was not announced, so hopefully we'll get whoever we're meant to get. And happy 444 Encore. It is, today is 4/22/2020. So that breaks down to another 444. So I thought it would be fun to, just go live and feel out the energies. It's also the new moon tonight. So it's sort of a double whammy. It's a lot of really intense energies that we're experiencing with the combination of the two. And I thought it would be really fun to just kind of feel that out together. And I actually was thinking, I know those of you who were here for the 444 portal live that we did during the mass meditation, we had a really good time with that. And so I was thinking if people are interested that we could do a little more breath work tonight, and I would lead you through a meditation during the breath work. So let me know if you're interested in that. We'll get that going once more people show up. There's just a lot of intense energy. I'm just feeling it moving through me right now, and it's making me a little flushed. I think probably a lot of you have been able to feel that in the energies today. There's just so much going on. We've got this new moon. There's a video out on the new moon. So definitely, if you're interested, check that out. The new moon is in Taurus. And so we have all of the energies that are playing out with that, plus the fact that it's another window, if you will, of the 444 portal. There is a video on that, which I would also recommend people check out. And yeah, so on the original 444 portal, what we received was we've all received a major activation or initiation. And so we had a lot of people who had not necessarily been really intensely immersed in the ascension process yet that were sort of activated and began their ascension process. And those of us already within that process, we just sort of sank into we received a deeper level of activation. And so as we go through into this next sort of window of the 444 portal here on 4/22/2020, I definitely feel it as a deepening of those energies and those activations that we received, almost as an integration, like the downloads, the activations came through and they're sitting in here and they're slowly filtering down and they're integrating and taking root in the heart. And so that's definitely an energy. It's an energy of illumination, right? It's a deepening and more of an understanding and an unfoldment of that activation as we're stepping into what that means. And so that does go in line with the new moon energies, right? Where it's like, we're coming to understand what we value and what's important to us, and what sacrifices we're willing to make and how far we're willing to go for those things that do matter to us. And so with these new activations that we've received, and as we're thrown deeper into this ascension process, it's like what we want and what we need and what we desire is changing, because we're changing. We're not the same person that we were before. And so as we step deeper into our awakening process, as we walk further down this path, things change. The things that we want change, the things that we think, the way that we view ourselves changes. And so we're learning and we're adapting and we're figuring out how to flow with that. And we're figuring out like what type of life structure supports that. And so we have all of this, just all of this intense self-discovery energy, right? This illumination energy as we're stepping deeper into ourselves. And so it may feel a little chaotic. Hi, malicious mind state. Yeah, excellent. Yep. Yeah, I thought it would be fun, the meditation, just because we had so much fun with it last time with the breath work and everything, and just kind of sinking into that and just opening ourselves up to to really receive the energies that are coming through right now, because they absolutely are coming through. We have a deeper integration of the activations that we received on the 4/4 portal. But I mean, honestly, at this point in the journey, we have activations happening. We're constantly being activated. We're receiving so many downloads, so much information. One thing that's been coming up a lot lately that a lot of people have been asking about is, they've been noticing the ringing in the ears. And so I'm being called to bring that up right now. So the ringing in the ears is a sign and a symptom of the ascension process as we become attuned to higher vibrations. And so we experience that sort of like a ringing in the ears. And for me, the ringing seems to intensify or change in pitch as the vibration changes. And so, yeah, I don't know if there was somebody who was wondering about that. I mean, my ears are ringing like crazy right now. So that could be what made me think of it or what brought it up. But it's just like we're constantly tuning to and in training to higher and higher frequencies. And, there's so much potential being seated in us right now. And so we're really having this opportunity to step more deeply into ourselves and to just to trust and allow in this process. And that's part of what allows these energies to root into the heart, which is where we express them from. Like, that's where they're fully integrated into. It's that heart center. And so that's the process that we're in right now. And so I thought, a breath work and a meditation that helps to anchor those energies in would be something fun to do. And we'll probably pull some cards as well. I don't know if I feel like sometimes what it shows me for people isn't necessarily who's always watching. So anyone who is, definitely jump into the chat and let me know that you're there. And I mean, either way, I mean, Malicious Mind say it's it's great, always great to see you. I mean, if nobody else jumps in and comments, like, you let me know what you want to do. Do we want to do a reading first, or do we want to get into some breath work and meditation and go from there? As always, it's a very free flowing kind of process. I felt called to hop on and just offer whatever people want to do. But, I think it would be, I want to see if there's going to be even just a couple more people just before we get into that. But anyone who is on right now, let me know what you think and what you want to do. But yeah, we've got all those beautiful energies from the, okay. Hi, Jess. Nice. Reed, you want to do the reading? Pamela, hi. Yeah, I mean, either way, we can start with a reading and close out with a meditation, and that would be a beautiful way to end. So I'm totally down for that as well. Hi. I mean, the energies are here. There's this transformative process that we're going through right now. And it's that struggle between the old self and the comfort of the known, and like the calling of our new journey and the calling of the unknown, and sort of figuring out how to balance those energies, and like where we're willing to give and where we're willing to step out of our comfort zone, excuse me, to get to that next level of our journey, right? And so, it's all of the answers we already hold within ourselves. It's just tapping into that and allowing our hearts to speak. And the more we open our hearts up to integrating and allowing this energy in, the easier those choices will be, and the more clear all of that will become. Okay. All right. So Pluto is going to be retrograde in a couple of days. And I think, I think that energy is definitely playing into this as well. I was doing my research and stuff for that video earlier today. That's going to be some really intense energy. It's really going to amplify this whole ego death energy that we're experiencing, that death of the new self, the death of the old, the birth of the new, and just really getting into that unconscious and that shadow self. So that's going to be a really, really great video. It's going to be an intense, as usual, it's going to be an intense time. So we have Pluto right now. I believe it's on the 24th that Pluto goes retrograde. So which probably means that Pluto is stationing direct right now, which would explain why we're feeling that ego death energy very, very acutely, is because a planet is the most potent when it stations direct, or when it stops before it moves, I guess you would say. So Pluto was moving forward. And this is all just relative to our position on Earth and how we're viewing this. This is why I say forward. And then as it prepared to go retrograde, he started really slowing down. And then there's a moment where Pluto will sit just pretty much still in the sky before beginning the retrograde. And so those are when those energies are felt the most intensely, which would be probably, I'm guessing, right about now. So that's exciting stuff. That's just adding fuel to this beautiful fire of just incredible energy that we have going on right now. You inspired me to buy my first tarot and oracle decks, and I cannot wait to get started. Oh my God, Cassandra, that's so beautiful. Oh my God, that makes me so happy. I cannot wait for you to get your decks and to play with them and, just go wherever that journey takes you. That is so cool. I love that. And just, they can provide us with so much guidance. I give myself readings all the time. And, I honestly just recently started giving readings on YouTube. It's the journey just takes on a life of its own, and it's such a beautiful way for spirit to be able to communicate. And so I'm so excited. Let me know what decks you got. I want to see if there are any that I know of. But yeah, I'm always looking for, let me know how you like the ones that you got, because I'm always looking. I'm starting to develop a little bit of a problem with you can't see because I have them all hidden over here, but I have quite a few decks going at this point, and I'm always looking forward to exploring more. It's such a beautiful way to build your intuition and to build your connection with spirit. And I think that's a perfect interlude for us to get going. And I think we're going to do the Lightworkers Oracle. And so any information on the 444, the second part of this 444 portal. Okay, second part of this 444 portal. This card always coming out, trust in the plan. Yeah. Okay. They're all right. Okay, we're going to keep any more cards. Okay. All right. So we got some stuff going on here. We have the 6th ray of devotion. And actually, that's weird. I don't know if I did this in a live or a video, or if this was just I know this was in a personal reading that I did for myself. So that's funny that that's coming out again. So we have the 6th ray of devotion. And these rays, I always like to read from the book, at least part of what it says for those. Mayan Oracle is what I'll have to check that one out, Jess. It sounds good. I like me some Mayans. So anything to do with that is definitely up my alley. I'll definitely have to check that one out. Okay, so the 6th ray of devotion bestows the qualities of persistence, unwavering focus, and intensity of feeling. It is a gift of the strength to move mountains with your will for what you love. Now, this is funny. If you check out the reading that I just posted on the new moon, which is, as I said earlier, for those who just joined, the new moon is tonight as well, the new moon in Taurus. And there is a video out on that. So I recommended everyone check that video out and check out the original 444 portal video. But yeah, that was a phrase that was used multiple times, was the moving mountains. What is worth moving mountains for, right? And so it's interesting that that's coming out again. The gift of strength to move mountains with your will for what you love. When the 6th ray of devotion appears, you are being given guidance that even if you do not seem to have much worldly power right now, the power of your beliefs can conquer obstacles. The Archangel Uriel helps you receive the blessing of the 6th ray now. Yeah, so staying true to what you believe, staying steadfast in your beliefs, not trying to force them on others, but staying rooted in what you know to be true, right? Like there is so much power in that when we can stabilize in that energy and we can stand strong in in that energy, in our faith, in our belief. And it's that intensity of focus that is what allows us to move mountains, right? And yeah, let's see. We have so much power within us. There's times, okay, so an energy that's really heavy right now, and we talk about this a lot, right, is the energy of fear versus love. And sort of, we talk a lot about that. It's so important, and the most important message probably for humanity at this time is that choice between fear and love, and like, what vibration are we in, because that is determining our timeline, and that's determining our experience. And so we're in this process right now of expansion and constriction, right? As we're growing. And, in this process, we're always having this choice, and it's becoming really easy to sink back into, the third dimensional energies right now, because it's what we're familiar with and it's what feels safe. And this goes perfectly with the energy of this new moon too, right? Like the comfort of the known versus the unknown, and like where do we want to be, right? So the comfort of the known can be likened to this 3D existence. It's like our existence is supported. We know what things look like. We know what to expect. And so we can get sort of like stagnant in this energy, right? But at least it feels comfortable. And so this is that 3-dimensional energy. This is it is, I mean, technically, the lower vibrational energy, not necessarily saying that in a bad way, but we have the 4th dimension and the 5th dimension and beyond that we're moving into. And so it's sort of the constriction is when we start flowing back towards the 3-dimensional, because it's the comfortable and it's the known. And the expansion is when we allow that heart center to open up. We sink into that faith and that trust and that allowance. We sink into that knowing, that commitment to our ideals and our beliefs and the things that we know deep within our soul, right? We open up to that and we allow that, and then we expand back into this 5th dimensional energy. So it's like this process that creates its own momentum, right? And, we are always, it's every time we choose between fear, we condense, we contract, and then we choose between love and we expand again. And eventually the idea is, instead of continuing to contract and expand, we just expand and we expand and we expand. And so that's the invitation that we're getting right now, is like dream the biggest dream that you could possibly dream, because honestly, the biggest dream that you could possibly dream is so much less than what's available out there for you. Like, our minds cannot comprehend of the greatness that is available to us, but it's like we have to allow this process of expansion to occur without pulling back. And I mean, it's absolutely fine if we do pull back. It's all of our choices, and it's a natural thing. There is so much fear going on right now that it's easy to sink back into that, and it's easy to sink back into what's easy, right? But the challenge, the invitation that is being extended to us, is to just continue to sink into and surrender and allow that expansion process to take root. And that's the energy that we're in with this 444 portal. It's this energy of expansion. It's this energy of becoming the most spectacular version of ourselves, living in the most spectacular reality that we could possibly live in, and just allowing that process. And I think that the 6th ray of devotion is being offered to us as an energy to call upon, to allow, and to, when we feel ourselves starting to contract, just connect back into that belief, to that devotion, to that commitment to the spiritual journey, and just allowing ourselves to be the brightest light that we can be. And instead to sort of halt that contraction and allow the energy to continue to expand. Yeah. You're receiving a blessing of the 6th ray of devotion. It is serving your soul growth and will help you develop faith in your principles and trust in the power of your beliefs. Trust in the plan. You will be able to recognize and appreciate the extraordinary strength within you and realize that you have enough willpower to keep working towards your dream, overcoming any obstacle until you are divinely successful. The 6th ray reminds you of the power of love, which can conquer anything and everything. Exactly. Love is an empowering, motivating force stronger than fear. Yes, yes, yes. Love is the foundation of authentic spiritual devotion. Devotion to the divine empowers us to bear burdens, overcome obstacles, and manifest all manner of beautiful visions in a world that may at first assure us that our dream is not possible. The sixth ray blesses you with spiritual stubbornness. I like that. And sacred rebellion against any odds. The challenge with the sixth ray is to not become so anchored in your beliefs that you become fanatical, judging others because their beliefs are different. Exactly. Yeah. You can be unwavering in your adherence to your belief system and yet honor the fact that there are many paths to divine union as there are people, that the ways the universe calls you home to love are unlimited. If you do not honor this, you may try to pull people from their path, which can create unnecessary struggle for them and unnecessary karma for you. The best way to honor the blessing and minimize the challenge of this ray is to share your truth with an open heart and an open mind. Share without agenda. And so, yeah, so that brings up something else that has been coming up, which is this whole idea. And so I heard about this. I was watching a live stream or a video. There's this couple called Sri and Kira, and so they do live streams and they do these shows and all this stuff on the Ascension. They're absolutely incredible. And so they were talking about, they called them like partners in pain. And so it's this idea of like, there are those people that we can get caught up in that 3D reality with, right? The people that will co-sign all of our angers about the injustices in the world, all of our victim mentalities, all of that stuff, and will be those partners that share in that painful experience and in that painful energy with us, and how we can become addicted to those people, and the process that we're also in right now of like releasing those people and letting those people go. And sort of, and it was another thing that came up was just, this conversation. And this is the trap that I've fallen into a lot. I'm very aware of a lot of things that are going on in the 3D right now. And sometimes I spin out a little bit, or I allow myself to get caught up too much in paying attention to all of the conspiracies and all the different stuff that I think might be happening. And it's really like, listening to that show today was really a wake up call for me about like, where do I want my focus to be? Where our attention is so important, where we put our attention, where we put our focus is, creating so much for us. And so I want to always be in that energy. It's like, I can acknowledge that there are injustices going on, and I can acknowledge that there's some shady shit happening right now, but I don't need to get caught up in that energy. That doesn't need to be where my focus is. My focus needs to always be, and this is for me, but I'm saying this because other people may resonate and may connect with this. My focus always needs to be on continuing to allow that process of expansion to occur, continuing to work on my spiritual condition and stay focused in the light, stay focused in the things that I see that are building my faith and there's just so much good and there's so much light, and just being fully immersed in my own awakening process is so, so important. And for all of us, being fully immersed in that process and allowing that process to be what it is, and knowing that others have their own awakening process, and I'm not necessarily meant to dictate that. Or, I can come on here and I can share my experience and it can help people. You know what I mean? But like, I can't go out and try to recruit people to the cause and constantly be saying, okay, I see you over here. Like, come over here and do this like me, because I want you to have this experience. Like, they're having their own experience, and they really need to be having the experience that they have. So my job is just to continue working on me and to continue sharing my journey. And when people want to know what I'm doing and they want in on it, they can come and they can do that. But if they want to stay wherever they are, and if they want to stay, caught up in this, we're overcoming this victim mentality right now, right? And so if they want to stay in that, and they want to stay in the pain and in the injustice, like in that vibration, that's absolutely okay. And there's a reason that they need to do that. So I don't know, that just came up for me too. I was remembering that part of the talk that I was listening to earlier today when I read that about, so it's sharing without agenda, sharing our own awakening journey, but without the ulterior motives of hoping that it's going to influence somebody else to do something the way that we think that they should be doing it. It's just like worrying about ourselves and, you know, staying centered in our own journey and our own process. And so, yeah, for those working with this energy, the power of mind and emotions will come into focus. You may need to channel your emotional and mental power into worthy projects, or practice balancing your intensity with lightness of heart and playfulness, so you don't become harsh or despairing if things appear to not be working out the way you believe they should. Then your faith can remind you love always finds a way. Yeah, so it's staying in that lighthearted energy. I guess that's what I was trying to get at, is like, that's where I'm trying to be. Just really finding all of the gifts in my experience and staying rooted in that experience and finding the joy in that and allowing it to unfold as it's naturally meant to unfold. That has been absolutely so key. And that was the decision I made today, is like, and that was the illumination for me, or part of it, I guess, is like, I'm just going to move forward with joy and with lightness in my heart, just enjoying and taking in all I can of every single moment, and just being right here, right now in this experience, and focusing on what my personal experience is. I don't need to focus on what the world's experience is, right? Like, that's part of that unplugging from mass consciousness. I just need to focus on what my own experience is right now. What is my experience? And like, what do I know in my heart to be true? So it says, when Archangel Uriel connects with you, a tremendous power, the power of Earth, is brought to your aid. Uriel brings healing energy and an ability to cause real effect in the physical world with your mental and emotional power. Yes, so when we can focus our energy, right? When we can use that ray of devotion, right? To focus our energy, to focus and unify the mental energy and the emotional energy. And so this leads into today being the new moon as well, right? Because the sun and the moon are conjunct. So we have that unification of the mental energy and the emotional energy. And when we can line those two things up and have those be in harmony, then our ability to create change in our world, in our reality, is so powerful. That's the message that I'm getting more than anything else from this, is the melding of the emotional and the mental, and how that process creates such powerful energy, and that energy can move mountains, and that energy is potent. And so that is something that we've been learning to do for a while now. And it's just really imagining the sixth ray of light as this light coming down, right? Coming down through the third eye, connecting in with the heart, right? So it's connecting the head and the heart. It's this bridging of these and this streamlining of this energy, which we can then push out through the heart into the world to create this change. And then with that open heart, also receive the changes and receive the manifestations as they come back to us. Yes, awesome. I love it. I love that. Yes. And so I had this amazing meditation of sorts earlier today, where I was channeling energy and releasing this energy, and I was envisioning the new earth being born, and it was such a powerful visual, and the energies were so potent. I mean, what we're creating together is just absolutely phenomenal, and it's honestly beyond even my own comprehension. It's like I said, like, what we can perceive or what we can imagine. Like, dream as big as you dare to dream, because the reality of what can be is so much bigger than anything that we can even comprehend. Like, there is no such thing as thinking too big. There's only such a thing as thinking too small. And so, yeah, the unification, the mental and the emotional. Remember, you are here to shine your light. Others can choose to use your light to see by until they are ready to discover their own inner light, or not. It is not anything you need to worry about. Simply live your truth, trust in your heartfelt beliefs, and devote yourself to love. Finally, as the sixth ray has a special connection to religion and love, you are asked to hold the healing power of love in your heart for all those who are evolving through a life experience involving religious practice. This can help counterbalance the judgment and fear that exists in the hearts of many towards religions that are not their own, and that have been the vehicle through which abuse has taken place. Religion on this planet at this time needs love, support, and encouragement to evolve, heal, and grow in whatever way ultimately serves divine love. So I think that that's a good message, because we have a lot of times on this spiritual journey, right? Like there are people who can get, I was going to say uppity. I don't know what the necessarily the right word is, but sort of, you know, that look down upon people who have a specific religion and stuff like that. And I think that Christianity, especially in America, gets a bad rap. I mean, obviously other religions, you know, Islam gets a bad rap. There's a lot of religions that a lot of people can be very judgmental towards because they don't understand them, or what they have experienced or what they've observed is sort of a distortion of the religion, right? And so this is just another way that we have the opportunity to look through the eyes of love and through the eyes of unity and see the similarities, not the differences. You know, so many of these religions, like if we break it down to their core, say so many of the same things, right? And it's just distilling the truth. Like there's truth in absolutely everything. It's just sometimes that truth gets buried or lost or distorted. And once again, it's like, who are we to judge how someone's going to find a path to their own awakening? You know, like that can take so many forms. I can go into any type of church, and if I listen with an open heart and an open mind, I can hear a message that resonates. Spirit will speak to me through any means. You know, it's just about we don't know what other people hear when they listen to a sermon. It's not for us to judge. It's not for us to judge anything. It just brings it back to that again. It's like anywhere, anything that in our experience that we are resisting, any injustice that we are perceiving in the world, instead of getting caught up in that victim mentality or that angry sort of self-righteous kind of place, it's just sending that love and sending that compassion, because that's how we transform everything, is through that acceptance and through that love. And so, yeah, I think that organized religions at this time, I mean, there is definitely a struggle there, and it doesn't have to be you know, like that we're at odds, that spirituality is at odds with religion. You know, spirituality is the purest expression of religion, right? It's our own personal religion that's birthed through our own experience and our own connection with the divine. And people find that connection so many different ways. So there may be somebody who needed to hear, you know, or who is struggling with religion and has had negative experiences with that and is trying to come to terms with that. And, you know, it's just extending that love and that light to that. And just knowing that every experience that we've gone through was for the betterment of our soul. It was a gift. It was a gift that allowed us to move through and to grow and to experience whatever it was that we were meant to experience. And it's all beautiful. And, you know, in this moment, all of us are okay. And we don't need to marinate in that and to get lost in the pain of that, right? Like we can rise above that, and we can look at that from the lens of what did that teach me, and how did I grow, and how did I become stronger because of that. And once we can do that, we can transcend that experience, and it doesn't have to hold any weight over us. If we remain resentful or we remain angry about something in the past, we're just anchoring ourselves onto that energy. So the way to release that energy is to practice love and compassion for ourselves and for everyone involved in any experience. And like knowing that is going to be key as we move into this Pluto retrograde. So it's definitely, I mean, we're going to be confronted with a lot of shit during that time period. All of our subconscious stuff is going to be up for review. So that's important to hold on to. And then we have orbs of light. And like right now, I just see this card as just your spirit guide sending you all of this love and all of this guidance. And I also see this as these activations that we're receiving, right? And the anchoring into the heart, like we were talking about, right? Like it comes in through the crown, and then we anchor into the heart. And that's when it takes root, and that's when those activations can grow, and we can can blossom out of us, and we can truly start to understand and attain the wisdom of those initiations, and we can start to utilize those, and we can start to integrate them and understand them and work with them. We gain that wisdom. And so, but that starts, it's like that wisdom from the lens of love, from the heart center. And so, yeah, that's what I'm seeing with that, is just this activation and this anchoring process that we're going through right now. And your guide sending you so much love, and just, you know, wanting you to know that you are absolutely supported in this journey. And then we have 36. Okay. And that reads right into reassurance of the golden light. You know, we are being held by this light. We are so loved, so loved. And, you know, just allowing this process of integration to occur, and allowing us to step into like our full expression of our divinity. Like, this is our God self up here. Like, look at the top of that. If you can see that, there's actually a face. It looks like, you know, someone's representation of what source or what God would look like, you know, if it had a form. It's just like she's praying to this source, but she is this source. What she's really praying to is this highest version of herself. And that's what we're connecting to right now, is the highest version of ourselves. We're tapping into that. We're tapping into the highest possibilities for our soul, the highest timelines. All of that is integrating right now, and we're moving into that. And we're moving through these energies. It's like, you even look at that. It's like you can actually see the light behind there's like a spiral behind her, right? It's like a galaxy, and it's the spiral, right? This constantly spiraling journey. And so, yeah, the spiral leading into the center, which is the source, which is like all of the vast potential, the realization of all of our vast potential, and the eternal now. So it's being anchored in the now moment. From the now moment, all is possible. The now moment is the only moment that we can, everything only exists in the now. It doesn't exist in the past, and it doesn't exist in the future, because the past has already happened, and the future that's a future now moment that hasn't happened yet. We are right here, right now. And when we can anchor into that moment, we anchor into that through meditation. You know, we anchor into that through mindfulness, through being present, right? And so it's funny how that little orb, which is a reflection from my light, but we just had the orbs of light card, and it's like the orb is just bouncing around in front of his face, right? It's that spiritual energy, that knowledge. He's being activated right now. But, you know, right now, in this now moment, right? It's like, that's where, like, if we're talking about traveling time travel, we're talking about traveling between dimensions, we're talking about astral projection, any of this stuff, none of this can be experienced outside any moment except this, in any other only in the only moment that it exists, which is this now moment. So it's like finding that place of stillness inside of you, that place where you are connected to everything. Like, when we take our mind out of these projections, right, which is all the past and the future are, as projections, and we bring ourselves into our current existence, our current moment. That's when all the possibilities of the universe open up to us. That's when all of this opens up to us, is when we are able to be present and centered in the only moment that really exists. That's when we come back to ourselves. And it's so imperative to learn how to do that, and to be able to anchor into that. Like, that's how, when we're integrating and we're anchoring in all of these activations, like, that's how we do that, is by being present in the eternal now, being present in this now moment, breathing into it, fully experiencing it. Yeah. Let's see. I just want to look over this real quick and see if there's anything else which seems. Yeah. Pain of the past, drifting toward the future. Yeah. Creation doesn't happen in the past or in the future. It happens in the here and now by the choices you make in each moment. Even now, in reading this message, you are choosing to be present, to bring your energy into the eternal now, stimulating the law of attraction into action. The universe believes you are deserving of a spiritual gift. To accept the gift in whatever form it takes, you need to be present, to have enough stillness of mind to recognize it. You'll need to have enough inner peace to accept it, to take it inside where it can nourish, inspire, and heal you. The form of this gift will be perfect for you, and the way that it comes shall be perfect too. It is being orchestrated by divine timing now. It will assist you to take the next step on your soul journey successfully. Yeah. Your gift may be a piece of guidance, an inner knowing that changes your outlook permanently. It might help you truly know in your heart that your divine destiny is already unfolding and your spiritual success is inevitable. It is not a question of if, only a matter of when. Your gift might be an amazing opportunity that comes out of the blue. It could be immediate. It could be it could be anything, right? Like everything. So what I want to say from this is also, it's releasing the past. It's everything that I just said, but it's also this idea of every moment is a gift, right? Like we're receiving a gift in every single moment. And we only can understand that when we're able to be present in every single moment, right? That's when we receive these gifts, when we're able to be in that receptive mode, right? Like we're talking about with the opening of the heart energies and how that puts us in the receptive mode, but we have to be present in the now. And so, yeah, just being fully present, that's it. Being fully present. And all right, we'll take this one too. This is funny because I got this card the other day as well, which is the Key of Light 26. And so we always talk, right, about like the keys to the castle and all of that, right? So I love, the keys. This is the key that unlocks the door to your next level of spiritual evolution, to the next highest expression of your soul, to the reality that you're wishing to experience, that you absolutely can experience. It's just making that choice that we want to open ourselves up to that experience, and we can absolutely have it. And so the key allows you to open any door, clear away any obstruction, and free yourself from any prison or enslavement, physical, emotional, or psychological. There is no need for you to feel trapped or locked out of a situation you want to get into. You now hold within your hands a divine key that will assist you in many ways. Archangel Michael has a message for you. You have the power of the divine within you, right? You have the power of the divine within you. You have the ability to free yourself, no matter whether it seems that another person, a set of circumstances, or the entire world holds more power than you. And so this ties into the first card as well, right? This idea of feeling disempowered, this idea of feeling, as though we may not have it in us. Whatever it is that we want may not be accessible to us. Hello, Kelly. Right? Like we always hold that power. It's just like whether we can acknowledge that and allow ourselves to know that we're worthy of that and we're good enough for that. Yeah, like we always have that power within us, but it's like accepting that power and owning that power and not feeling guilty for having that power, right? Not feeling guilty because we see other people who aren't able to embrace their power, right? And so this is another trap that people can fall into, right? Like that's not our fault. We can't never feel guilty for shining your light and for being the fullest, most authentic expression of yourself that you can be. When we shine our light brightly, that gives others the courage to shine their light as well. And that is never that is always a good thing. So don't be afraid to embrace your own power. Don't be afraid to step into your power. Don't be afraid to step into your spiritual authority, and don't feel guilty because other people won't understand, or maybe there's other people that can't go there with you, or you like, for whatever that means for others around you, like sacrificing your spiritual enlightenment for another. Like don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. I mean, you can, but I don't. It's not necessary. It's not necessary. Our liberation liberates others, ultimately. For now to be free, your freedom of power is unconditional. Your power of freedom is unconditional. It doesn't require that outer circumstances change in order for you to be free. Though as you choose freedom, outer circumstances often change radically. And so this is this whole idea that freedom is a state of mind, right? Freedom is a state of mind. And, regardless of what our outer circumstances are, if we're free in our hearts, then we are truly free. And so we don't necessarily, we can choose to be free even in situations that feel confining. But as we choose to feel free and we embrace that freedom, when we allow ourselves to sink into that, outer circumstances start to shift, because it's a mirror. Everything outside of us is a mirror for what's going on internally, right? So when we claim our power and we claim our right to be free, we set ourselves free, we take that key and we unlock the cage that oftentimes we've built for ourselves, and we set ourselves, our spirits free, our outer reality will change and alter to represent that ultimately. But so it's not like we have to it's not waiting for the outer circumstances to shift. It's an inner journey first. And as we shift internally, things shift externally. For now to be free, use the key of light. This means staying true to what you know for yourself. And you can even visualize this, right? Like in those moments where you're feeling trapped and you're feeling disempowered, just imagine taking that key and putting it and turning it in the lock and opening that door, and just the light flooding into the room and flooding through you, that light of freedom, and feel that lightness and feel the spirit lift with that. This is a visualization that you can do even in the middle of having a conversation with someone, even in the middle of work, like whatever you're doing, just imagining and having that visualization. This means staying true to what you know for yourself. Gently and lovingly assert your truth now. Do not cave into naysayers and fear generators. Most especially, do not collapse under your own old fears or doubts. Gently and persistently, cleaving to the light within will bring you through any apparent obstacle, free you from any apparent prison, and ensure your divine destiny is fulfilled. All doors shall be opened for you. You are being given a gift of unconditional grace. So I see a lot of this as well as freedom from our own restricting beliefs, freedom from the limits that we put upon ourselves. Like those are the only true limits that we experience in life, are those that we set for ourselves. And so freeing ourselves of that it's so empowering to be able to do that. Yeah. All doors shall be open to you. So, this is so funny because I was thinking of the power of love. Step back and radiate love from your center. This is your way. This is your way. This is your way. Radiate love from your center. You do not have to betray your spirituality to fight. You can fight with love and trust, and that can be your way as a spiritual warrior. In each moment you choose love and trust, you are fighting the good fight. You are learning that love is expressed in no as much as in yes. For when you fight against those who want you to deny the truth, you are standing clear and strong in loving truth. Michael helps you realize the strength that you already have within you to do this. And this came up in the new moon video too. Just this message keeps coming over and over again about speaking our truth, standing firm in our truth, calling on that sixth ray of devotion, right? To give us the strength to stay centered in our truth in those moments where we would maybe be led astray or maybe back down from that, and how we can do that with love. We can express that truth with love, but how important it is to do that. This is all, this this part of the 444 portal, right? We talked about the illumination process, right? It is that illumination. So what's being illuminated is our own truths. Our own truths are being illuminated to us. And as our truths are illuminated to us, it then becomes our responsibility to speak those truths to others and to live those truths. Like there's nothing more painful than living against your truth. And it's that the struggle of that keeps us locked in this third density, this 3D density existence. And that's another thing that came up in the show that I was watching earlier too, is how like at this point in the journey, it's actually more work to stay rooted in the third density than it is to allow ourselves to begin this process of rooting and anchoring into the 5-dimensional, because there's so much support available to us, so much spiritual support, when we just relax and we surrender and we allow that flow to happen. And when we stay anchored into this fear density and into this, this mass consciousness of fear and these lower frequencies. It's like we have to fight. It feels like that's how you know where you are. It's like if everything feels like a struggle and you feel like you have to exert absolutely every ounce of your strength and your force and your will in order to accomplish things and in order to move through your life, that's the third density. When we relax and we open up and we take those keys and we unlock those doors, those spiritual doors for ourselves, right? And we trust in the plan, you know, like we become receptive to the energies that are waiting to bless us and to pour into our lives and to grace us, right? Like when I like how that looks right there. She's got it on the third eye too. I'm having so much fun with that, with the reflection, with the orb there. Oh, and that totally just distracted me. But yeah, when we become open to all of that and into that flow, it's so much more effortless, right? Like it's not a constant struggle. It's just that process, like we were talking about, of just continuing to expand. Like it's like floating in the energy of that, as opposed to constantly feeling like we need to be struggling forward. Yes, you were. I love you so much, Kelly. I seriously, I love you so much. I love all of you so much. You make me so happy. You guys really, really do. Like you're everything. So thank you all so much for tuning in. Yeah. So then it says, your dreams and actions will prove themselves in time. No person, place, or thing has any power to hold you back. The key of light is spiritual permission from the universe to succeed in your life mission. You shall not be kept back from your divine destiny. You shall be empowered to succeed. This oracle is a message for you to trust in your own ability to triumph right now. You are the key to your success. You must believe in yourself. You don't have to force a door to open. In perfect time, according to divine grace, all doors will open for you. Refuse to give up on your dreams. This may mean freeing yourself from situations or relationships that have enslaved or controlled you. When you are ready, this can be done with great gentleness, compassion, and strength. Free yourself with love, not fear. You may need to lock doors to the past behind you. With divine empowerment, you can completely and utterly allow the past to be over. You will find that new doors can then be unlocked for you, right? So this is a dual purpose key right here, right? Like we can lock the doors to the things that no longer serve us, and we can unlock the doors to the things that do serve us and to the new experiences that we're ready to step into. And so, yeah, I like that a lot. I like that a lot, you know, and it's all up to us. Like we have the power to do that. And it's, you know, like we owe it to ourselves to see what we can become, right? Like we owe it to ourselves to step into this highest expression of our being. And, you know, there is absolutely nothing wrong with doing that. There is nothing wrong. Like part of our, like, there's a lot of, like, we're put here to learn, we're put here to grow, all of this stuff, right? Like a lot of us have a mission that's unfolding, you know, we're here to help each other through this process, right? But we're also here to experience joy, and we're also here to experience happiness and what it means to be free. And so, yeah, I mean, that's coming through loud and clear. Like that is our right as divine, sovereign, spiritual beings. And like our purpose on this earth, like we can find that through finding and following our bliss. And that is so, so important. So like right now, we just, whatever is being illuminated for you, whatever is being made clear for you, like you can trust that right now during this 444 portal, you know, during this new moon, as we're integrating these energies, as we are stepping into this new version of ourselves, and we're releasing all of these old beliefs and all of it's like we're shedding our old skin, right? And we're like learning how to walk in our new skin, and it's kind of uncomfortable, but you know, it's a process as we learn how to do this and we learn how to wear our new skin, right? And you know, just allowing that and trusting whatever it is that your intuition and your gut, and that when we center in this now moment and we connect with that experience, like trusting whatever this experience is showing us, trusting the illumination that's occurring as we move through these energies, right? And just like trusting the unfoldment of our own soul's journey, and like being, you know, taking responsibility for that journey and allowing ourselves to have that journey, and not not holding ourselves back out of any sort of misplaced loyalty or misplaced this idea, misplaced, like this necessity of struggle, all of these old belief systems and these old ways, like all of the old paradigms are dying right now. You know, like what we're creating together is something so much more powerful and so much more beautiful, that all of these these old ideas of how to do stuff, like it's all falling away. Like that is no longer relevant. Like we're stepping into something completely new. So it's like following this path that's being laid out for us by our soul. It's like our soul is unfurling the red carpet, and it's just like, are we willing to walk down? Are we willing to walk it? And so I don't know about you guys, but I definitely am. So how are you guys feeling? Do you guys want to do a little breath work and a little anchoring meditation? The Hero's Journey of Dream Oracle, Universal Love, Gaia. Oh, girl, Pamela, you got some cards, honey. You weren't kidding. Nice. I like it. I like it. If you're going to go all out. Yes, that's beautiful. Love it. Love it. Love it. Yeah. Do you guys... yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. We're just going to go into it. And so for all of you that weren't here for this, we did on the last 444 portal, I guided everyone through some breath work. Now, caveat, I am not a breath work instructor. I learned this breath work in Costa Rica at this amazing place that I went to called Rhythmia. And so this is my takeaway of the breath work. And so I'm going to play some music. I'm going to guide you guys through it. And as you guys are doing the breath work, I'm going to sort of just say a few things and sort of guide you through like a meditation as well, to sort of bring in and anchor in these energies. And so the basic for the breath work, what you do is everyone, find a comfortable position. I recommend laying down flat. You can sit up if that's what you want to do. If you can lay down, that is absolutely ideal. If you have some headphones really close and handy, you can throw those on as well if you'd like. And so what we're going to do is we're going to lay down, and everyone's going to, you want to breathe with your mouth fully open the whole time. So we're taking all the air in through our mouths. And when we inhale, we want to feel it first as the arising and filling of the stomach. And then as the stomach fills up, the air then flows into the chest and the lungs, and we feel the lungs flow with air as well. So it's like a full inhale that starts in the stomach, moves up into the lungs, and then we exhale. Don't force out the exhale, just let it go out, breathe it out, and then immediately, without stopping, inhale fully again. So it's the inhale, so we're... So the idea is that you're breathing a bit faster than you would normally breathe. You're breathing very full, deep breaths, but relatively quickly. And it's just this flow in and out of the air. And we just keep continuing to do that and do that. You'll be able to feel your energy rising. You may feel flushed. You may have different sensations. Your hands may start tingling. All kinds of different sensations can occur. And it's just, flowing with the breath. And then when we get to a certain point, you don't necessarily have to count. It can be whatever feels good to you, or it can be, you can count if you want. I typically do around 33 to 35 breaths. On the inhale, then hold the breath for as long as you can possibly hold it. And then when you can't hold your breath anymore, release and immediately inhale again and go back through the process. Full breath in through the stomach, in through the chest, exhale, in, exhale, and just keep going through that motion. And I'm going to put on some music, and yeah, we'll try this out and we'll see if people start really liking this. We can turn this into a thing. It was a big hit last time, so we're going to try it out again. And so everyone get into your comfy spot. To start, I want everyone to take a deep breath in, hold, and release it. Take another deep breath in, hold that breath, and release it. One more deep breath in, hold. Try to speak while I'm holding my breath, and release. And then Just as the music starts, deep breath, fill the stomach, fill the lungs, exhale. Deep breath, fill the stomach, fill the lungs, exhale. All right. And hopefully if the volume isn't good, someone just shoot me a message if you can and let me know and I'll adjust it. All right. And so full breath, feel it filling the stomach, feel the stomach rise, flow that breath into the chest, fill up the chest, exhale, fill the stomach, fill the lungs, exhale. Keep your mouth open as wide as you can. Keep breathing in through the mouth. Fill the stomach, fill the chest. Exhale, one fluid. Exhale and immediately inhale again. Just keep it flowing and fluid. Keep it flowing. Yes. Yep. Fill the stomach. Fill the lungs. Feel the breath absolutely filling. Feel this life force filling, expanding your entire being. Exhale. Immediately fill the stomach, fill the lungs. Exhale. Fill the stomach, fill the lungs. Feel this breath, this life force flowing and flooding your being. Exhale. And keep just flowing, expansion, contraction. And as you're breathing, as you're flowing with this breath, I want you guys to imagine, a white light opening up above your crown. I want you to imagine this light flowing down through your crown, all of this infinite knowledge, all of this wisdom flowing in through the crown, flowing and flooding down every possibility, the highest possibilities and potentials of your being, just flooding and flowing into you from the heavens, flowing in this beautiful light, this beautiful divine diamond light, flowing down through your crown, every possibility of the highest expressions of your being, just being channeled into you, through your crown, flowing down, settling in this heart space. Feel these energies, these infinite potentials, this wisdom, all of this knowledge, activating the heart center, taking root in the heart center. Feel these energies taking root and growing and expanding in this heart center. Feel these energies anchoring in, integrating, and becoming one with your being. Feel your energy and your vibration increasing and rising as it expands to encompass all that is now you. Feel the expansion of this. Feel this energy just building, just glowing brightly, radiating from this heart center. Just continue to take in this energy, bringing it in, flowing with it, allowing it to filter and flow through your being, diffusing through all of your cells, through every strand of your DNA, unlocking the vast potential written in these helixes of your DNA. Feel all of this potential being born. Feel this new you being born. Feel this new you expanding and rising within you, glowing, growing in brilliance. This divine energy, your divine spiritual energy, your divine spiritual essence, pouring now, outpouring out of you, pouring down in through the crown, anchoring into the heart, and then expanding out through the heart center. Imagine this energy growing to encompass everything around you, just flooding everything in this beautiful luminescent diamond light. Feel all of your energy centers activate. Feel all of your energy centers cleanse and just vibrate with pure potential, pure consciousness. Feel your own consciousness expanding. Feel the wisdom. Embrace the knowledge. All that which is beyond comprehension of the human mind. All the knowledge that can only be felt and experienced and understood from the divine consciousness. Feel all of this divine consciousness expanding and shimmering within your energy field. Like a fingerprint, your own divine fingerprint and blueprint. Call in your highest timeline, the highest blueprint for your soul's evolution. Call in this energy now. Welcome in this energy. Receive this energy. Integrate this energy. Become this energy. Allow this energy to flow through you. And breathe that energy in and out, expanding and contracting, expanding and expanding and expanding. You are expansive. You are limitless. You are infinite divine potential expressed in ecstatic form. You are a perfect divine expression and child of the universe, and you are stepping into your authenticity and your power. You are stepping into your divinity. You are calling in your divinity. You are anchoring into this. You are anchoring in these activations. They are rooting and growing within you. Just feel this energy rooting, feel this energy growing, and allow yourself, allow your mind and your consciousness to take you where it wants to take you now. Envision, set the intention for what it is that you, with this new elevated divine consciousness, would like to manifest. What is the highest aspiration and the highest intention of your soul? Connect with that now. Breathe that into being. Breathe that through every cell in your body. Feel the light and the energy of that infusing every single cell, every single molecule of your being. Feel it radiating out into the universe on every exhale. Take in the light on the inhale, breathe it and infuse it out on the exhale. And imagine this energy and this intention of your highest, most divine and fully realized self, rippling out into the world around you, into the world of form, calling forth the beautiful and perfect manifestation of your deepest heart's desires, your deepest soul's desires. Feel yourself stepping into that. Feel that coalescing in the physical world. Feel matter coalescing and forming and coming together to create and birth the intentions that you are creating, that you are setting, that you are manifesting through this divine spiritual energy. Feel this and sink into this and know this and allow this. Become this. Everything that you could possibly dream is possible. Allow your mind, allow your higher mind to take you beyond what you can conceive, to take you beyond your best and wildest dream for your future into something more. Allow it to show you what is truly possible. Allow it to show you what you can be, what your reality can be, what this collective reality can be if you just step into it and you embrace it and you allow it to unfold. Feel this energy flowing and unfolding out of you. Feel the molecules dancing and rearranging in perfect harmony, in perfect accordance with your divine will. Feel yourself in divine union with your creator, creating and birthing the highest timeline for this highest evolution of your soul's journey and of the journey and the evolution of mankind. Feel this and experience this and call this in. Call this into being. Call this into reality. You have the power to do this. That power resides within you. Tap into, anchor into that power and allow that power to birth your new reality. You are an infinite being of unmatched potential. Allow this potential to unfold. Allow this potential to flow
and to unfold and to manifest and to birth this incredible, expansive reality. And just breathe into it. With every in-breath, breathe in this energy, breathe in this potential. And with every out-breath, release that potential. Release and unleash this potential into the world. Know that you are so powerful and you are so capable. And sink into, revel in that. Revel in the authority and the, just revel in the feeling and the experience of your own power as a creator being, of your own energy. Allow any energies that do not correspond, that do not match these new frequencies that you are embodying, to naturally fall away. Just watch as they drop away and dissolve. All that no longer serves you is dissolving. Imagine this light now coming down through your crown and washing you in a golden light. Feel this golden light as it trickles down through your crown, clearing completely your crown chakra, opening you up to receive the fullest potential of this spiritual energy. Feel this light now washing down into your third eye, clearing and cleansing your connection to the divine, your connection to your own intuition, your own inner sight, your own inner vision. Feel spirit speaking to you through this clear channel. Feel, send out the energies through your third eye. Feel as you connect to all that ever is and all that ever was. Feel these vibrations emanating from your third eye. Feel this light continuing to move down into your throat, cleansing and clearing your throat chakra, clearing away any hesitancy to speak your truth, to know your truth, to use your voice. Feel your voice, your truth, your power, your authority, your ability to communicate and enact that authority, that spiritual authority here on earth. Feel any blockages to that dissolving and feel the full power of your truth emanating from your throat. Feel that energy moving through your throat. Now feel this energy moving down into your heart. Feel it expanding even more, just bursting through your heart chakra, dissolving any remaining blockages, anywhere that keeps you from your divine truth, from your divine love, your capacity to be a being of divine love, a being that experiences, that gives and receives divine love. Feel this energy tapping you in, connecting you to the 5D grid, connecting you to the fifth dimension, calling in these energies of the fifth dimension and anchoring these energies into your being. Feel this energy, this golden light continuing to wash down past the heart into the solar plexus. Feel it cleansing and clearing this seat of your power, your will, your ability to enact your will, your ability to manifest your will in the physical plane, your ability to express yourself creatively. Feel this energy cleansing and clearing any blockages to this until your solar plexus opens up and this light simply pours out of it. Imagine this golden light continuing to flow down into your second chakra, cleansing and clearing this center, clearing the seat of your trust. Feel that ability to trust in the divine growing. Feel your connection to the divine. Feel your connection to your sacred sexuality, to your full potential as a creator being. Feel this creative energy, this sexual energy exploding out of you. As this light expands out of your second chakra, feel it dissolving any shame, anything that keeps you in that energy of shame. Just feel it dissolving and melting away under the influence of this golden light. Feel this light pouring down now through your root chakra, down through the bottom of your spine. Feel it dissolving any fear, any scarcity programming, any programming that is not in accordance with your highest blueprint. Feel that energy washing away and feel as this energy now flows from your crown all the way down through the center of your being and anchors you into the core of the earth. Draw upon this energy in the core of the earth. Draw this energy back up through your lower chakras. Draw the energy from the cosmos down through your higher chakras. Feel the meat in the heart center and continue to radiate out. Just continuing to radiate out into the world. Pulling the energy in, releasing it out. In and out. This beautiful cosmic flow of energy. And just sink into this expansiveness. Sink into this full realization of the potential of your being. Sink into that love. Just breathe it in. Breathe in your highest potential. Breathe in your highest blueprint. And tell yourselves now, I anchor in these higher frequencies. I anchor in this divine knowledge. I anchor in these activations. I anchor in the highest potential and blueprint of my soul. I anchor in my divine authority, autonomy, and power. I anchor in all that I am becoming and all that I am to become. I anchor in all of the vast potential that flows through me. I anchor these energies in, and I call upon my full spiritual authority and power. I express my truth. I express my divinity. I express myself authentically. And these expressions are made manifest in my experiences.
Raising the frequency. Reality is being reformed, redefined.
Now I'll send some healing energy to you. Just sink into your breathing.
New information, new impulses, and the recalibration of DNA. Open yourself to these high dimensional frequencies. Let go.
I surrender to my divinity.
Love each other in these coming times.
I surrender to my divine
Be
beauty.
kind to each other. Gather in community. Share yourself. Live your dream. Live your heart. Open yourself.
Fill the stomach. Fill the lungs. Exhale. Fill the stomach. Fill the lungs. Exhale. Fill the stomach. Fill the lungs. Exhale. Know, feel your power to handle absolutely anything.
Stay present. Stay calm and centered. Try not to judge what is happening.
Trust and allow.
Surrender to the process. Hold firm in the knowledge of what is being birthed. The process of birthing is an awesome undertaking, an arduous task, often fraught with intensity. Stay in the heart. Stay connected to beloved friends and family. Remember that this too shall pass, and is a necessary purification, a great purge of all that is not in resonance with what is being born in us. All will be redeemed and reformed in miraculous ways. Chaos will become peace, and sorrow will become joy. Trust with love. The butterfly is a marvelous demonstration of the power within trust and vulnerability.
Set the intention to receive the healing energy.
After all, what is a
Be open
butterfly
to receive.
if not the flowering of a caterpillar beyond its wildest dreams? Emerging from the womb of the chrysalis, the butterfly discards its restrictive silken shell to inherit a magical new world of flowers, breezes, and sunshine. A world of freedom and delight and the celebration of its divine nature. Spreading her wings for the first
Envision
time,
your
she
highest
has
self.
no idea whether she can fly. She simply
Envision this new earth
in perfect confidence
and the possibilities and the beauty
into the spiral dance
that contains every possibility of the universe rests within you. It all exists within you, waiting to be activated, embraced, accepted, and integrated.
And witness your true nature.
Accept and allow these integrations right now.
And go beyond beliefs or doctrines. Dissolving the veils, the formless takes form. Going or coming, we are in the right place. As the veils are lifted, we will perceive worlds of unimaginable beauty. Self-transforming astral worlds of light will shine down and interpenetrate the density of matter, making it translucent, less dense.
When you're ready, slow your breathing
to our thoughts and feelings.
and just continue to open yourself up to receiving these energies.
Multidimensional reality and the interconnectedness of all things will be as clear as sunlight. And just as the light is not separate from the sun, and the wave is not separate from the ocean, so shall we realize our connection to the source and recognize ourselves in each
the
other
ocean in a drop.
as one vast ocean of love and light.
Feel that connectedness, feel that unity, feel this magnificent, all-encompassing version of yourself
Lights
in connection
find
with
other
all
lights.
that is.
And as the spark ignites within you, so it will ignite in others, in a majestic radiance of consciousness, and set the world alight in its magnificence. A new world, without fear, without war, without greed, in the safe custodianship of an awakened species, manifesting peace, with love, light, and celebration. May the Divine Mother bless all sentient beings as her children. May the Ascended Ones bless mankind. May religion be swept away by the revelation of what we are. May the children of the earth understand that this is to be a birthing place of a new humanity.
You're so beautiful and so powerful.
Of a new man, utterly discontinuous from the past. Released, transformed, metamorphosed into a multi-dimensional being. Conscious, whole, and free.
Okay. Now everyone take their times coming back. If you're still in the energies, just allow yourself to be in those energies. Allow yourself to fully embrace and integrate those energies and know that the intentions that we just set will manifest. They are manifesting. They are being created. You took part in that creation process. You felt what it felt like to create, to feel the cosmos conspiring to bring and create that reality, to birth that reality. Know that those intentions are coming. Know that you are so powerful and so capable. You are God. You are a perfect expression of God's beauty. And it's through these visualization and these integration processes that we will together be the midwives of this new earth. Continue, just feel those energies flowing through you. Tap into the highest possibilities, the greatest possibilities of your soul, of the manifestations of your soul.
this new reality that we're creating together. Oh, so I hope you guys enjoyed that. If anyone is back, let me know that you're back. If you're not back, that's absolutely okay. You know, just stay in that energy, absorb that energy. That's what this is all about. That's okay. You can go back, Wayne, and you can watch the replay if you want to do the meditation. We just did I did a reading, and then we did a breath work and a visualization meditation. Love you too. So yeah, I mean, I hope you guys enjoyed that, and I hope that, I mean, that's what this portal is all about. It's we're anchoring in those frequencies. We're calling that in. You know, we are repairing our DNA. We are integrating and becoming aware of the upgrades that we're receiving, and finding how to utilize those, right? Like, we're gaining all of this spiritual power. And so now it's about learning how to utilize that. And so this is a key way to do it. It said it in the reading, right? Like being rooted in the now. And so we just fully experience that now moment together during that meditation. Yes, I hope you enjoyed it. I felt the power of that energy. So I don't know about you guys, but I definitely felt it. Yeah, I hope that, well, you guys heard whatever you were supposed to hear. If you needed to hear anything that I said, you heard what I was saying. If you didn't, then you heard the music, or you heard whatever else was speaking to you. You know, breath work can take us to some pretty intense places. And so sometimes we receive downloads, and we were receiving a lot of downloads, but sometimes we receive communication from spirit. And so if that was happening for you, that's totally beautiful too. It's all beautiful. It's all as beautiful and diverse as we are, really. And so I know that we've been at this for an hour and 25 minutes, but I am going to pull a couple cards from this deck as well, and just see what we get here. Clear. And so this is, of course, the Starseed Oracle. Oh, that one came out again. Okay. The Golden Children. And so what's sticking out to me in this card right now is the rare gifts. The rare gifts and the innocence, right? Because it's like, I think we experienced, or we got a taste during that meditation of our full power, right? Our full spiritual power. But at the same time, like, and that was just a teaser, guys. That was just a taste. That was just the beginning of starting to call in those energies and allow those energies to integrate and infuse our cells. And, you know, it was that golden light, right? Like, we're talking about the golden children. And so we just called upon that golden light, you know? And so we got the doorway here. And what I'm seeing with this doorway is like, that's the doorway to our highest selves, to the highest possible potential of our manifestations and our being, right? And so we were, you know, that is the doorway that we're being called to walk through right now. And you can see there's all of these people. This is like the doorway to the fifth dimension too. It's not really a door. It's a state of consciousness, right? It's a vibration. But, you know, using the metaphor, right? It's sort of like, this is the doorway into that, into those higher realms, right? And you see all of these people, they're walking towards this doorway. You know, they're following their souls, and they're following the vibration into this new reality. And it's almost like they're being just like dissolved into it. Like they start dissolving as they get closer. They're just being pulled into this. And so, and part of that, these meditations sometimes, as we dissolve into that oneness consciousness, we can almost feel, it's like we feel the full empowerment of our being, but at the same time, we feel our being just dissolving into that oneness. And that whole process of dissolving back, it's like the expansion and the contraction, right? It's like dissolving back into the one, coming out as a fuller version of ourselves, dissolving back in, coming back out, you know, just more empowered from, you know, from the energy that we gain from the collective, that source consciousness, and then that grows into a fuller and fuller expression of ourselves and of our gifts. You know, we are tapping into these gifts that we have are being activated. And the way that we tap into those gifts is by trusting and allowing, you know, trusting and allowing and being open to receive, and just being open to how they're gonna express themselves, and just the unfoldment of that process, right? And just knowing that we're worthy of those gifts, knowing that we're worthy of them and that we're capable of receiving them is so, so, so important. And yeah, I mean, that's what I'm getting from that card right now. Did you? Oh, that's so amazing, Kelly. So yeah, I mean, and that's that's so cool that you were asking that and thinking of that. Like, yes, absolutely. I love that. That was so fucking beautiful. Like, honestly, I don't even know. And on the bottom of the deck right now, we have the new Earth card, which is very perfect too, as we were going into the visualization of that, right? And what that felt like. And just the more we can do that, the more we anchor in that reality. Yeah. Yep. Yep. Just coming into that. And I like this too. I'm being called to hold this one up too. So this is the Cosmic Heart, and it says devotion, which is interesting because we got the 6th ray of devotion earlier, right? Devotion, potency, make your life a moving prayer. So it's once again, it's just living in grace, right? Like looking at the gifts and the opportunities and everything and being grateful, that attitude of gratitude, right? Of being grateful, and which makes you a magnet for, when we're grateful for things, we're a magnet for more things to be grateful for, right? So it's living every moment as a prayer, you know, that feeling of expansiveness and wonder that we felt and experienced during that breath work and that meditation. It's like bringing that into every now moment that we have and trying to look at everything through that. That came up too. We got the golden children that came up in the reading the other day, is looking at everything through the eyes of a child, right? It's just living in wonder, in constant wonder of the incredibleness that is this reality that we're moving into. So I think that's good for those cards. Honestly, I think the main reason that I pulled these was for you, Kelly. I think that it was just confirmation for you, because I don't even know why I did that. I just glanced over and I was like, I want to grab one of those right now. So yeah, that's pretty cool. I was thinking about the question you had the other day about, you know, is this reading specifically for, you know, star seeds or different things like that? And I had a response, but I realized that when we do these readings, it could, like any energy that I'm channeling at any time, it could be a message for one person. It's, you know, I had a message like that the other day that I was channeling that felt like it was very specifically geared toward either a specific person or a small group of people. And sometimes it's for everyone. And the only way you know is when it resonates with you. You know, like it's, you take what resonates, and sometimes little bits and pieces are for you, and then some of it's not, and sometimes the whole thing's for you. And you know by how it feels. If you're connecting with the energy and the information, then it's for you. And so that is really the best answer. Yes. It's really, yes, the interconnectedness is it's so amazing, and it's so perfect that when we can sink into that feeling, I mean, that's the key to everything. Like when we're walking through that doorway, right? How do we walk through that doorway? It's by breathing in that unity consciousness, that understanding of our interconnectedness. And the fact that like we all have our rare gifts and our special gifts and talents. We're all these unique divine sparks of light, right? But we're all sparks that come from the same source. And that's where the unity is. And like that original source energy, like everything, it's like that now part spot or center, right? It's like that is the energy from which everything bursts and from which all possibilities are possible and all possibilities exist. So when we can tap into that, we tap into and we taste infinity. And then, you know, from that, we are these sparks of energy. So it's tapping into that unity consciousness and, you know, meditating on that unity consciousness. It can even be like, you know, it doesn't have to be as complex as all this whatever the hell it was that I was saying tonight. It could be as simple as just meditating on the feeling of unity, or on the new earth, and what you want that to look like and what that feels like. And just, it can be anything. Meditation can be very, very simple. Just the breathing itself is a meditation in and of itself, and wherever that takes us. So it's really just going with like whatever works for us, and yeah, I don't know. Actually, we're going to close with one of these guys tonight. Clear. Any guidance from the Ascended Masters, Keepers of the Light, to end this live? Any guidance? Forgiveness. Expect miracles. Okay. So we have Master Jesus, forgiveness. You are on the path of light, love and forgiveness. Father, healing is possible at this time. And so Jesus is the master of unconditional love, right? He was the master of unconditional love. He can assist us in the practice of unconditional love, and he can assist us in the practice of forgiveness. And so forgiveness is a way that we break free from these lower vibrational energies, right? We're able to walk through that doorway and into that light when we are able to forgive. So that's a huge, huge key energy, is just that process of forgiveness, and just, knowing and trusting that everything is a gift. Like we were talking about, living life like a prayer, right? Every experience is a gift. And every person on our path has been placed there for a reason, and there's something to learn and something to gain from that. So there's really no reason to harbor resentment or ill will. And it's forgiveness of the self too, right? Like that is absolutely so key. It's like the way that we embrace these energies that we called upon, right, is by knowing that we're worthy of them. And we know that when we have to be able to forgive ourselves. If there's anywhere where we're not forgiving ourselves, we're not able to step into our worth. And then therefore we're not able to step into our divine power. Only love is allowed. Yes. It's just, forgiveness is an act of love. And self-forgiveness is an act of self-love. It's like, I forgive myself for not knowing what I didn't know when I didn't know it. And now that I do know it, I do better. And sometimes I falter and fall back on that path, and that's okay too. That's the phases and cycles. We all go through phases and cycles. And, this card is especially appropriate when we're talking about the new moon too, right? Because we're talking about the phases and the cycles of the moon. And so there's a beginning within every ending. Illusions are revealed and released. And so this is actually really, really potent too, because we're talking about the illumination, right? And so like every time a door closes, we're talking about with the keys, right? The opening and the closing of doors. And so every time a door is closed, another door opens, right? Like every beginning is an ending. Every ending is a beginning, right? The cycle of creation that we're in. And so, yeah, just all of these phases and cycles that are absolutely natural. And so, yeah, the new moon. So the new moon is, generally a dark time, right? Like the moon, it seems like there's no moon. It looks like there's no moon there, right? But it is still there. It is still there. And as we move out of the new moon, we start moving toward the full moon, right? And so the energy is picking up momentum. We've set those intentions, and the energy is now building towards what we wanted to create. And so, yeah, this is a time of illumination where, and this is also as Pluto goes into retrograde and all of this we're talking about, right? Like we are seeing what's true and what's not. This is being revealed to us, and it's being revealed to us so that we can release those things and detach from those things that are no longer true, right? Detach from those stories that are no longer true, those beliefs that are no longer true, those habits that no longer resonate with us, those people and those situations. Like everything is coming to light right now. Everything that you need to know is going to be revealed for your highest good in the timing that it's necessary to happen. So just trust in that as well. Like anywhere where we've been deceiving ourselves or deceiving others, like especially with this Pluto retrograde coming up, like the Pluto retrograde is it's more of an internal process though. So a lot of this is going to be the illusions, ways that we've deceived ourselves. Like we're not going to be able to deceive ourselves anymore. Like this light has come in. We are integrating these energies and this knowledge, and it's just shining. A light is being shown on everything, and there's no more room for illusions. Like we don't have time for illusions. It's time for us to move past that, and it's time for us to grow. Like, it's just, ain't nobody got time for that right now. So as those illusions are revealed, we're able to release them. Once we see and recognize that something is an illusion, that empowers us to release it. And so it's that awareness. Things are being brought into our awareness. And so it's just allowing that to happen, allowing that unfoldment to happen. And once again, practicing forgiveness, right? Forgiveness of self. Like, as these illusions and these ways that we've been deceiving ourselves are shown to us, forgiving ourselves for, like I just said, not knowing better when we didn't know better. It was an illusion for a reason. Sometimes things are hidden from us for a reason. It's for our own good. And because maybe if we saw or understood things, we wouldn't experience things that we were meant to experience. And so yeah, sometimes we hide things from ourselves, and sometimes things are hidden from us, and they're hidden from us until we're ready to see. And we're ready to see now. So things will be shown to us. And then the Holy Spirit expect miracles. Remember that only love is real. Miracles will occur naturally. Spirit has your back. So this is like the ace card for the Keepers of the Light deck. This is the Holy Grail. The Holy Grail. It's called the Holy Spirit, but this is the Holy Grail card. So this is everything you ever wanted and dreamed of. Everything that we dreamed up in that meditation, all of the energies that we called upon, all of that is yours. It is yours. And like it says, remember that only love is real. When those doubts and those fears creep in and try to tell us that, we can't have the things that we want and the reality that we're creating is not possible, that's when, we say thank you for sharing, but, like it's shut the fuck up. Like, we're good with all of that. We don't need to allow our fears and our worries to pull us back down into that lower consciousness. Like, we can allow ourselves to continue to expand. Like, it may seem easier to sink back into the known, but the unknown is calling, and the unknown is promising miracles. So I know where I'm headed. And then we got Green Terra, Supreme Protection. Your protected cords are being cut. Move beyond limitation. Trust. So continuing to expand. Continuing to expand and to move into this love consciousness. Like I said, love is the only thing that's real, right? So if we're choosing fear consciousness, basically we're choosing an illusion, because that's all that fear is. So do we want to waste time choosing illusions, or do we want to choose what's real and know that we are completely protected and supported in that process? And then this card, which came up the other day. So karma releasing, Saint Germain. Move beyond drama, create your own path, make room for good energy. Make room for all that energy we just called upon. That energy is trying to take root and it's trying to grow within you, but we have to release all that is blocking it. We have to release all that's not serving. As those illusions are revealed to us and that path is made clear, like we have to let those things go. We have to act upon the truth that we feel and the truth that we know. And that's how we do that. And then the more space we make for the good stuff, the more good stuff comes in. And let me tell you, honey, the abundance has been rolling in. I have just been baffled by how much abundance is showing up in my life as I'm stepping more and more into my authentic joy and my authentic self, and just continuing to choose love over fear and continuing to choose my expansion over contraction. I contract in a little bit, but then I don't get caught in that. I only let that go so far, and then I surrender. That's how we get back into the expansion. I think we said this earlier. It's like when we feel ourselves starting to contract, we surrender and we just tap back into that love flow, and the energy expands out again. Yeah. Share your gifts with grace. Waves of inspiration and love are coming to you. Boom. That's it. We felt those waves of inspiration and love tonight. So it's just continuing to share who we really are with the world, And so, yeah, I think that's going to do it for tonight, unless anybody has any other comments or questions. Oh, don't worry. We don't worry about language in here. That's 3D stuff right there. We're beyond all of that. It's all about the vibration, right? It's not necessarily about the words. We feel the meaning behind the words. Cancel, clear, delete, authentic truth. Yes.
Yes, I love you all very much. You are all magnificent beings of light. I hope that you enjoyed the breath work and the meditation and the reading. And happy 444 portal. Once again, happy new moon. You guys are absolutely beautiful, and just continue to embrace your light. Continue to embrace your light and just continue to allow this process to unfold, and just open up that heart center, open up that heart energy, anchor into that heart energy. That's all we have to do, is just trust and allow and anchor into that heart, increase that heart frequency. If we even think about our heart center, we increase its vibration and we increase the frequency of our heart. Like our heart produces more electromagnetic energy than any other organ, any other energy center of our being. There is so much energy produced through the heart, and when you feed that energy, it just grows and it grows, and that's that expansion. And that's where we want to be right now, is just continuing to expand. Thank you. Thank you, Malicious Mind State. Thank you, Pamela. Thank you, Wayne. Oh no, spirit is not offended by swearing. You know, like I said, it's all about the vibration of the words, right? It's about the meaning and the intent. You know, spirit reads vibration, spirit reads intent. You know, the words are you know, a non thing. That is a personal preference, and it's a moral code. It's somebody's belief system, someone's moral code, moral standpoint that says this word is okay and this word isn't. It's all in how you use words, and it's all about the intention behind the words. And, you know, spirit, I mean, yeah, absolutely not. Absolutely not. I mean, people can believe whatever they want. Everyone has a different perspective. I'm not saying that my truth is better than anyone else's truth. I'm just saying from what I know, spirit thinks it doesn't even register on their radar, you know, when we swear. It's just more human words going out into the ethers. It's our intention and what would the energy that we're putting into it. All right. Thank you. I love you all so much. Have a wonderful night. Anyone who hasn't, check out my video on Belvaspata. I'm doing a giveaway that closes on Saturday. I'm giving away 3 sessions. The energy is absolutely incredible, and I would love people to be able to benefit from that. So check out that video for details on how to enter that contest. Check out the new moon video. If you want more information on the energies that we've been anchoring in with the 444 portal, check out the original 444 portal video, and I will talk to you all soon. Good night, my lovelies. You are so amazing too. All right. Bye, guys. Love you. And we're done, I think. Yes.